Greetings, everyone, and welcome to a special Rosie and Daddy movie review.
Yep.
So today, just a few minutes ago, actually, we finished watching Robot Jocks.
Actually, a couple of seconds ago, if you include the credits.
Yes. So Rosie had never seen this before. I saw it back when it was new, so it had been quite a long time for me as well. Just picked this up recently in the recent Scream Factory sale that Shout Factory was putting on. And so we're going to give you our thoughts about the movie today on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. Now, just to let you know, if you've never seen the movie before, there will be spoilers in this review because there's some specific things we want to talk about. So basically, the plot is pretty simple. It's about, 50 years after a post-apocalyptic nuclear war of doom that just, nearly wiped out everything. So war has become outlawed. So basically, when two countries are disputing a territory or have some kind of conflict, each country has their own champion, which dukes it out on a battlefield in a giant robot. So they have just giant robots that beat the tar out of each other over the course of 10 rounds, and whichever one wins the 10 rounds gets control of that territory or wins the dispute or what have you, whatever the conflict is. So pretty cool, and I'm not going to keep holding this up because it's awkward. But just to give you a quick look at the Blu-ray, so we got very nice artwork inside, and lots of extras on there. So lots of extras. Actually, there's not a ton of extras. 2 audio commentaries, new and archival interviews, behind-the-scenes footage, and more. And very cool. And then on the inside, it is actually a reversible cover, so you get the alternate cover there as well. Which I think is the original movie VHS cover. Oh, yeah, see? There you go.
That's really cool.
So basically, if you like giant robots, you can't go wrong with Robot Jocks. Lots of fun here. And this is, I was telling Rose, this is before the days of CG, so it's all practical effects, 100% practical effects. They've got they got huge sets, and they use a lot of stop motion animation, and they have kind of rod puppets and stuff for the robots, all mixed together to create pretty damn good effects, I gotta say. What did you think of the special effects, the robot effects and stuff?
OMG.
were you? Well, say something. What did you think?
Well,
of the special effects and stuff, the robots.
I actually thought... I'm surprised. Sometimes CG kind of ruins movies.
Yeah.
It's the way they do the CG.
Yeah.
So I thought, since they didn't use CG at all, I thought it was a lot better than some CG movies.
Really? How do you mean? It ruins it? It just doesn't look real, or?
Well, I like real movies, but I like it when they make the CJ. CJ. I like it when people, the people that do the CG in the movies, I like it when they make it look real.
Yeah.
They actually...
So, did you think this looked more real? Yeah.
It looked like they actually built full-out giant robots. And then, because... Sorry if you can't see me, but, it looked full-out real, because...
the way they were moving and stuff?
Yeah, because, right now, there's the mini robots.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that, when this movie was made, we could have actually made real robots. It was a really good movie.
Yeah, so it's not like they didn't actually make actual giant robots, obviously, but they made it very convincing. It looked
very... absolutely real.
Yeah, it really... after a while, you don't really think of it as effects, really. You just figure it's two giant robots fighting each other.
That's real.
Yeah, I should mention also, just for the sort of, fellow geeks in the audience there.
Geek Squad!
The movie stars Gary Graham, who some of you who are fans of Alien Nation may remember as the main character, Matthew Sykes, in the Alien Nation TV series. So that was one of the reasons I originally wanted to see it, because I was watching Alien Nation. I guess it was around the same time that he did Alien Nation, actually. He just kind of did this one on the side. But but very cool. What else can you think of that we should talk about?
Just ask me questions about the movie.
I don't know. What were some other parts that you liked?
I liked all the parts when they duked it out in the battlefield.
So you liked all the battle scenes?
All the battle scenes.
Mm-hmm. You had something to say about Alexander, the bad guy, the Russian guy.
Yeah.
There was something you at the final battle of the movie. Of course, they basically both destroyed each other's robots, so they're fighting hand to hand. And you had something to say about Alexander when they were fighting just the two of them at the very end.
What did I say?
Well, the sounds.
Oh.
She just kept laughing her butt off at like the grunting sounds that Alexander was making when they were fighting hand to hand.
It was
like how did you describe it?
It was like
it was like just like swinging an iron bar and stuff. but like it's supposed to be this big, high stakes fight between these two guys, and she's just laughing away anytime Alexander makes any kind of noise. So.
Can I see the sad parts?
Oh, that's what I was just gonna say. Like, what was?
The sad part is when, what's his name?
Achilles.
Lex?
Achilles.
Lex. Yeah, the dude with the hat.
Oh, Tex.
Tex,
Yeah.
not Lex.
Yeah.
It was really sad because I really liked Doc.
The doctor, the scientist guy.
Yeah, I really liked him.
He was inventing all the special weapons and stuff.
Yeah. He was like the nicest character there.
He was very nice.
I thought it was really sad when they found out Tex was the spy.
Mm-hmm.
And then he shot Doc.
The doctor, yeah.
The doctor, but
That's right. And then he tried to cover it up, saying like, "Oh no, he was the spy, and he killed himself." It's like, it totally wasn't me. I'm totally not the spy, and I didn't kill him or anything.
He didn't say that part.
No.
That's just...
No. But then they caught him in the end, of course.
Yeah, because, like, he was recording that part, and then he added that part to it.
Well, he was recording the tutorials for the new weapons, because they kept having... the spy just kept blowing the secret of the weapons, so the enemy kept having the advantage. So for the final fight, the doctor kept all the secrets of the new weapons to himself. So Tex, who was the traitor, didn't have time to find out what they were and send that information to the enemy. So they caught him.
Good.
But there was another sad part earlier on. Remember? Yeah. But it's supposed to be, because it's kind of an important part of the story.
Yeah. I also thought, well, it actually was one of the main sad parts as well. The other one I just said.
Yeah.
It was really sad when, literally, I almost started crying.
Yeah.
My eyes started watering, and, like, my cheeks started numbing, my nose started, like, plugging up.
She gets really into the sad parts, folks.
Yes. Alexander, since he has this, like, missile that's his fist.
It's like a rocket fist, yeah.
Rocket fist?
Mm-hmm.
He shot it at the audience.
That's right, yeah.
Not us, but...
No, the audience
stand?
was in the stadium, one of the stadium stands.
In one of the stadium stands. And then Achilles saved them and blocked the missile. Mm-hmm. But then he fell on the whole crowd.
But it knocked him over, yeah.
It knocked him over, and then he fell in the crowd, and, like, half the crowd died.
Yeah, like 300 people got killed. And of course, they make it extra sad because they show the audience earlier all cheering and everything, and there was like a little kid there.
Yeah,
with
there's
like a
little
big teddy
kid
bear.
with, like, a teddy bear.
Yeah, it was like, yay, go get him. And then after the disaster, they show the little kid dead in her mother's arms, and then they did this little close-up of the teddy bear all charred and burned. Like, wow, that's brutal.
Like, you really got to zoom in on the only little kid there.
Yeah, well, and there was like one guy who was all burned or something. He's just like running towards the camera, like, ah! You remember that?
Oh yeah, that was absolutely disgusting.
Yes, but that was an important part of the story because it sort of gave.
I wanted to close my eyes for that part.
It gave him it gave Achilles the reason that he wanted to quit, because he felt like, he was just done. Like, he'd had enough of all the,
Chaos.
everything, all the chaos and.
How do you even spell chaos?
Chaos, Chaos.
Oh.
You should know that from all the Sonic comics you read, like
Oh,
the
yeah.
Chaos Emeralds.
Oh, I forgot how to spell chaos. Trust me, I read a lot.
She
of
does.
Sonic.
You read a lot of everything, actually.
Yeah.
You just read a lot, which is awesome. Yeah. So good movie, recommended.
Yeah.
Yeah. For anyone who likes giant robots and sci-fi and post-apocalyptic stuff and some really cool practical effects. Yeah, definitely. I definitely recommend.
There's one more thing I want to say.
Robot Jocks. Okay. What do you want to say?
There's a couple parts that I didn't really like the way the characters were acting.
Yeah.
I know it's part of their role in the movie,
Mm-hmm.
but I thought it was kind of mean the way the characters were acting. Sorry
Oh.
if I said the same thing
I say,
again.
don't kick the thing because the microphone's there.
Oh. But when I think, the girl,
The girl, Athena.
Athena, the person that said he was, what was it called?
What do you?
Not a traitor, but chicken?
Coward.
Coward.
Yeah.
Calling him a coward.
Mm-hmm.
That guy, when he tried, well, I don't think it was that guy, but somebody tried fighting him after training was done.
Oh yeah, it was. It wasn't Athena. It was the other guy. It was like her test tube brother, basically. Where you're talking about when they were doing the hand-to-hand training.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
He came up and fought him again.
came up and fought him again. Yeah. So what about him?
Well, he was really mean in the whole movie.
Oh yes, he was. He was. And he tried challenging Alexander in the bar, and Alexander was like, whatever.
I honestly really liked Alexander. I didn't like the way he acted, but
No.
I liked the way he looked.
You
I
thought he was a good villain?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was good.
In most of the movies, I actually really liked the villains, because then at the end, they turn out being good.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Or sometimes they're just bad to the bone all the way through until they get defeated.
Not Maleficent, that's for sure.
Well, no, that's a little different.
Actually, Maleficent?
Actually, another cool part. There was also a big thing about test tube babies, basically, like people growing. They called them tubies, kind of as a slang, offensive term, which she thought was hilarious. Apparently, tubies. All right. So there was a whole thing about real humans versus test tube humans. And apparently there was, I didn't quite catch all of it, but I gather there's some kind of thing where they can't reproduce anymore, so they have to, grow them in labs now, in order to, keep the human race going. Oh yeah, there was that scene where the test tube gang was training, where they had to climb that thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty neat. They basically have to climb this sort of jungle gym, and the bars, some of the bars are traps. Like they'll be booby trapped inside.
Like once you touch them, your hand gets burned.
Like there'd be one that's really hot. There was one that had oil sprayed all over it, so it got all slippery, and then other bars would just kind of come loose and stuff like that.
Oh, fire truck.
Ah.
Not us.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad we're not on fire. They had to make it to the top and then get into this hole at the top, and
Red hole.
whoever got in first would be the winner and be able to go on to train to be one of the robot jocks, and
Champion.
They would be the champion, yeah, or train to be the champion. So the cocky guy gets to the top and he's climbing up, but then the bar he's standing on falls.
It cracks.
It just snapped right off, and he just plummets, drops like a rock
and then
down to the bottom.
later in the movie, he's showing he broke his arm.
Yeah, he was just useless after that. But then, of course, Athena makes it. So it's basically the story of Achilles, feeling bad about the tragedy that happened and kind of trying to quit, and then Athena wanting to be the new champion, and sort of there's a little conflict between them, but a little bit of mentor-student thing going on there as well. It's just lots of fun. Really enjoyed it. There's a sort of sequel, or I don't know if it's an actual sequel or more sort of a spiritual follow-up called Crash and Burn, which I've actually never seen. I would really like to track that one down and check it out.
Me too.
We both enjoyed this one very much. So, Turns to the Transfer. Looks beautiful. Sounds beautiful. This is just a really nice addition. Never seen Robot Jox look this good before. Really great to see all these indie films from the 80s and 90s getting the royal treatment. What?
Now sit where I'm sitting.
Why? All right.
Sorry, I want to ask him the questions too. In case he has any different, funny moments or anything.
No, that's pretty much it. I just kind of gave my thoughts as we were going.
Okay, so, what parts did you think were funny?
Parts that I think were funny. Some of the grown-up jokes that probably went over your head.
Which ones?
Well, I can't tell you.
Tell me.
There was a couple little jokes about providing specimens that I thought were amusing. Next question.
What did you not like about the movie?
What did I not like about the movie? It's always a tricky question. I don't know. I don't know that there's anything I didn't like about it, really. I mean, I think it was...
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically what I wanted. I mean, the problem with a lot of movies like this, that sort of, the big reason you're going to see it, for example, is to see the giant robots and see them do stuff. The problem I've had with other movies kind of this genre is sometimes they spend way too long getting to that. But this one I actually thought was pretty well balanced.
Yeah, they did it almost right away.
Yeah, because we got a little bit of robot action right off the bat, and then we had some story stuff, got to know the characters, had some, conflict there. And then we got more robot action, and then we had more story stuff. But it was a good balance. Like
half and half.
Yeah, what was this? This was Charles Band, Albert Band, and Stuart Gordon. This is basically Empire Pictures. Those guys know what they're doing, because they're not just movie makers, they're also movie fans. So they know
what it looks like.
Well, they know how to get that balance right, where they don't bog you down with all the story and character development. They have just enough of that, and then they get to the stuff that you're there for.
And they know what a movie looks like.
Yeah, well, and they just know how to do it. I mean, Empire Pictures has always, been one that I've enjoyed because their films are always entertaining. I've got a few of theirs in the, library.
What were some scary parts?
Scary parts. Well, I mean, some of the battle scenes were pretty intense, because, Achilles got knocked around quite a bit by Alexander, especially the last fight where he had the big spider robot. He just kept getting knocked down, and you thought, oh no, he's doomed. And the problem is, these aren't the kind of fast-moving robots that you see in a lot of anime.
They're like this.
These are more like the big, lumbering, heavy kinds, like the stuff you'd see in BattleTech and MechWarrior and things like that. So when they get knocked down, it's very difficult for them to get back up. But in this case, like with Achilles' robot, as we learned, it had a few extra tricks there. Like I remember another part. I knew there was another part you thought was funny, was when Achilles' robot turned into the tank.
And it was holding onto his toes.
And he's literally holding his toes as he's rumbling along. You kept giggling about that.
I said it was adorable.
You said it was adorable, yeah. So any final thoughts?
So basically what I thought about it, it was really good. Who made it?
Who made it?
Yeah.
Well, it was directed by Stuart Gordon and produced by Albert and Charles Band.
I don't think I've seen any of the other Stuart Gordon movies or anything.
So this is the first Stuart Gordon film you ever saw.
Yeah.
Cool.
But honestly, I recommend this movie for probably not younger than 8-year-olds.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably about right. There's a little bit of blood in it, but not a lot. I mean, it was mostly
they kids
and stuff.
that young,
yeah,
younger than 8 would probably be goodbye, right when they saw the robot fall on the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
They'd be shut the movie off now.
Yeah, I know when you were younger, you would get really upset about stuff like that. You would get upset if anybody died in a movie for any reason. It didn't matter. You're just excuse me. And you, like, run away and just bawl your eyes out for 10 minutes. And I'm like, can we finish watching the movie now?
No.
No, it had a sad part. It's like, you know, most movies have at least one sad part.
This one had like 3.
Yeah, it had a few. They weren't too bad.
No.
But only 300 people died.
Only 300. At least it's not the whole world.
No.
At least. I feel bad for the little kid, though.
Yeah. Well, you're supposed to. That's kind of the idea. Makes it more tragic.
The little kid.
All right, so that's it for our sort of impromptu Robot Jocks review. I just thought, you know, as we were watching, we were kind of making a lot of comments as we went. I said, you know, why don't we just do a review after? So here it is. Hope you enjoyed it. Alrighty.
This is actually one of the first reviews I've been in, so...
First movie reviews, you mean?
Yeah.
Alrighty, so let us know, you know, if you guys like Robot Jocks.
In the comments.
Or if you didn't like Robot Jocks, or if you just want to say hey, leave us a comment. Alrighty, so we'll see you next time. Until then, thanks for watching, and sayonara.
Sayonara, everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
And make sure to check out other videos from the Multimedia Meat.
The Multimedia Meat Crunk, yes. The Multimedia Chronicles.
And make sure to check out other videos from the Multimedia Chronicles. Hope you enjoyed this video.
All right.